Welcome back to Rye House, where the waiting is finally over and the first race of the London Cup is about to get underway. Over to our commentator Chris Hartley to call you through the action.
There are 7 categories racing at this year's London Cup, and we're going to start with Honda Cadet, an entry-level class for drivers aged 8 to 13. We caught up with 2 of the drivers to find out more about the karts.
Our engines are 160cc. We're racing from 8 years old to 13s.
We've got the 2 pedals, one's for braking, what's this one, and one's for the acceleration.
If you tap the accelerator, there's a wire that attaches all the way to the engine, and you know when you've got full throttle.
And we've got the engine, when you race MSA, it needs to be MSA specs, so you can't cheat. We have the wheels, what are Dunlops. And the tyre at the back's bigger than the front for more traction. We have a fuel tank to pump the fuel into the engine so it goes. And then we have the brake, what is used when we brake for the corners.
As we come into the corners, we like to brake hard so we can get quicker out the corners. The brakes are here on your left, and they're attached to a brake disc, which when we tap on the most slightest bit, they can lock up and help us get around the bends.
This kart can reach the maximum speed of 40 to 50 mile an hour.
The heavens opened for time qualifying, where the driver with the fastest time would start the first heat from pole position. Fastest in the session, number 35, Ben Kasperzak. He was more than half a second quicker than his closest rival, Wesley Moon, in the number 23 kart. The slippery conditions caught some out, including number 29, Harrison Fox, though the novice driver came back well in the heats and managed to qualify just outside the top 10 for the final. The weather dried for the 2 qualifying heats, but Ben Kasperzak continued to dominate, winning both races. Driving the 75 kart, Jude Young qualified second for the final, after finishing 2nd and 4th in the heats. Christian Brooks was 3rd quickest in qualifying, but had bad luck in the heats and would only start 15th for the final. Amongst those returning for another shot at the London Cup for a 2nd time was Jake Yilmaz.
Well, it's just such a big event. It's on TV and many people come, and it gives me a good chance just to race against them and have a bit of fun sometimes.
And what's your aims, realistic goals for the weekend?
To win. Everyone's goal is probably to win, yeah. But more kind of just train, practice, maybe get a trophy. That's always good.
So let's take a look at the start grid. Ben Kasperzak's on pole position. Jude Young starts alongside. On row 2, Wesley Mason and Louis Westover. Row 3, Louis Short and Ruben Stanislaus. And completing the top 8, Lucas Ellingham and Ethan Newsham. So here we are at the London Cup 2014. The race about to get underway. The rolling start. You're on board with Louis Short here, who's qualified in the top 6, just ahead, number 23, Wesley Mason. And they're all bunched up. It's going to be a clean start first time. Number 35 on pole position is Ben Kasperzak on the inside. And he's got the lead of the race. 23, Wesley Mason, tucks in behind him with a good start as well. And it looks like Louis Short, number 30, has settled into 3rd place. Everybody safely through the first couple of corners, into the first of the hairpins then. On the brakes, nobody picking off anybody else at the top of the order there. In 4th place, I think we've got number 99, Lucas Ellingham, who's made a decent start to the race as well with the red suit and green helmet. Accelerate then towards Pylon Bend. This tricky but very quick left-hander. And into Complex Nouvelle, the right-hander. No changes up the top of the field, so it's a clean start for everybody. They work their way through the S's and into Paddock Bend then to complete lap number 1 already. Ben Kasperzak picking up where he left off in the heats, where he won both the heats. He's been quickest in qualifying, and he's unbeaten so far today. He heads them going on to lap number 2. Wesley Mason in 2nd place, still in 3rd position with the blue suit, Louis Short, one of the drivers coached by Luke Hines. We're about to see a change of lead, I think. Up the inside comes number 23, Wesley Moon, on board with Ben Kasperzak. And for the first time all day, he's got to stay at the back of somebody else's kart, because he's finally been overtaken. So he's down to 2nd place. Louis Short closes in at 3rd. The top 3 breaking away from the rest of the pack. A bit further down the top 10, this is number 19, Ruben Stanislaus, who's dropped back a bit off the start of the race, but still running there in the top 10. And he's been challenged as well. Right behind him is number 42, Carly Atkins, who has made 1 or 2 places up at the start of this race. And there's been contact further down the order, 72 and 66, 72 JJ Cook, and unhappy 66 Jake Yilmaz, who we heard from before the race. JJ Cook, the novice driver, involved in all of that, and there's more overtaking as Louis Short is overtaken by number 26, Louis Westover. So more changes there up at the top of the order. Here's the resumption of this battle between Callie Atkins, number 42, getting onto the tail of the 19 cart of Stanislaus. Ben Kasperzak wants to get his lead back. Look, you're on board with him. There he is, number 35, trying to get back ahead of Wesley Moon as they make their way through the S's now and towards Paddock Bend and back onto the start-finish straight. A look over the shoulder from the race leader. He points forward, follow me, let's get away from the pack, he says. There's the new third place cart, number 26, Louis Westover, who is also racing in the Honda Clubman event this weekend. So he's got a busy schedule. So he pulled off that move. He's in third place now. And with the onboard Louis Short down to fourth, down to fifth, because number 75 passes him now. And that is a good move from Jude Young. So Jude Young up the inside in the hairpin, making places back. He started on the front row of the grid, you'll remember. Dropped back a little bit on the first lap. Bit of smoke coming out of the left corner, the left rear corner of Ben Kasperzak, I think that was, which doesn't look too good. You can see it there from the onboard. He's about 3 carts ahead. So this lead group starting to bunch up now, and there's very definitely quite a lot of smoke coming out of the back of Kasperzak's cart. He's fallen back. He's going to lose a place here. He's going to lose 2. So down to 4th place for the pole sitter. And the smoke does not look good at all, and he's going to pull off the road. And I'm afraid that is the end of Ben Kasperzak's day. He's out of the race. So Wesley Moon with a bit more gap now at the head of the field and more overtaking. This time it's from 99, Lucas Ellingham, who dives at the inside of Louis Short. So more good overtaking on the way into that first hairpin in particular. A lot of overtaking there, not so much so far into hairpin 2. And this is a replay of that move from on board with Louis Short. Through comes the 99 cart, Lucas Ellingham. Short gave him the room, and it was a good clean pass. So the head of the field now, we've got Wesley Moon, number 23, in second place, number 26, which is Louis Westover. And then hanging on to them in third place, coming back up the order, is Jude Young, number 75. There's been a spin. That's from number 59, who is not happy. That's Axel Laflamme, who finished 4th in last year's London Cup. So things not going well for Axel Laflamme, I'm afraid. Meanwhile, it's all starting to bunch up just away from the top 3. Leading the next group of carts is number 99, Lucas Ellingham. On his tail is Louis Short here, carrying the onboard camera, trying the outside line, but he's left the door open, and he's going to lose 2 places here. 44 is Harry Restle, 45 is Ethan Newsham. Restle tries to go around the outside into hairpin 2, so Louis gets a place back at the inside there. There he is with the blue suit, with the onboard to the left of your picture. He's still trying to squeeze back into position here as they come into Complex Nouvelle, but he can't do it. Number 45, Ethan Newsham, has got to the head of that group. Harry Restle trying to come back around the outside of him, but has to back off in the end, and catching them up, number 42, Callie Atkins. So great scrap going on here for 5th, 6th, 7th positions. And they're all tight together as they make their way through Stadium Corner. This very quick right-hander. We go back on board with Louis Short now, currently running 2nd in the club championships here at the Rye House Circuit at Hoddesdon Kart Club. This time he defends his position on the way into the hairpin, but Callie Atkins is going to make a move ahead of number 44, Harry Restle. So Harry losing a place there in the all-blue colour scheme. And Callie Atkins really driving well in the black suit, the white helmet, number 42. Had a little jink up the inside there to try and gain another place, but I don't think he quite made it through. And with all that infighting, it's allowed 99 Lucas Ellingham to just pull away from them a little bit there in 4th place. So he's got about half a second advantage now down to this group fighting over 5th position. Louis Short's got a good run with the onboard, coming into a Stadium Bend, and he's going to get through up the inside. Atkins is going to follow him, and that means that Ethan Newsham's going to lose 2 places in one fell swoop. He just about closed the door in time to prevent Harry Restle from coming through as well. So terrific battle here. Atkins really taking a tight line there on the way through the hairpin, a very wide line for Louis Short, but there's no change of position as we see Jake Yilmaz, number 66, trying to come back through the order, and that's a decent move on number 28, Jake Panesar, on the way into Stadium Bend. Further back, just outside the top 10, there's an almighty scrap going on here. At the head of the group is number 58, Aston Wigley. Just behind him, number 81. Second in the group is Sam Lebetz-Jones, who went well in last year's London Cup. Back at the lead group, now you got Atkins making a move on Louis Short, and he's going to come through on the onboard. You see the 42 cart ahead now, and that was a decent move. And further back in this second group of carts, more action here. That's going to be a move from number 81, Sam Lebetz-Jones. He takes 51, Ollie Royer with him. Ollie Royer, whose uncle was a double gold medalist in rowing, and Ollie looking to follow on in the family tradition of being a keen sportsman. So great scrap going on here. 2 places lost in that group for Aston Wigley, number 58. He tries to fight back. And there are about another 4 or 5 cars just behind them, including number 22 going well. Novice driver with the black number plates, Harrison Lambert, going really well here and looking to get himself up near the top 10. So great scrap going on here as they make their way through the S's, leading that group still, number 81, Sam Lebentz-Jones. And this is the lead group. There's been a change because number 23 is down at third place all of a sudden. Make it second. Very briefly, we saw number 26, Louis Westover, in the lead of the race there. Here's his group of cars battling over 12th, 13th, 14th positions. Number 59, Axel Laflamme in that group as well. So he's come back up the order. Here's another novice driver, number 72, JJ Cook, who had that incident with Jake Yilmaz earlier on. He's only been racing for 4 months. Because of the incident, he's about to be lapped by the leaders, and the new leader is number 75, Jude Young. So he's got ahead of this group now, back into second place, number 23, Wesley Mason, who was leading. And then very briefly in the lead was Louis Westover, but he's been pushed back to third position now. It could be anybody's race this, though. They're still absolutely glued together as they come through the right-hander at Stadium Bend. What a big gap back now to fourth place, and this is the fourth place battle. Callie Atkins had to go there to get the position away from Lucas Ellingham. Louis Short with the onboard camera goes wide and loses a place in turn to Ethan Newsham. So fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh all absolutely running together, as are the top three. And at the head of the field we got Wesley Mason now in first position. Second place is number 75, Jude Young. So they've swapped around again. Third is number 26, Louis Westover. Who's it going to be? Absolutely on the pace with one another. There's nothing to choose between them. And we're getting towards the end of the race now. They've both all managed to lap number 72. So JJ Cook is out of the way. We go on to the final lap. Defensive driving here up the inside for Wesley Moon. And then in second place, it's still number 75. Hanging on to that position, Jude Young. He's trying to defend and attack at the same time. Right with them in third, Louis Westover. Down into the first hairpin for the final time. Westover lays down the brakes, locks up and runs into the side of number 75, Jude Young. He had a go. It didn't pay off. And he's a bit frustrated with himself. But they're still second and third. It has, though, given a nice big advantage now to number 23, Wesley Mason. He's got surely this race won now with just a couple of corners to go. That was the decisive incident, the decisive moment of the race. And it's going to be Wesley Mason who comes out of the last corner and sees the checkered flag first. And the 2014 London Cup victory goes to Wesley Mason. Terrific battle that in Honda Cadets. Confirmation of the results, just 0.61 of a second between the top two. Louis Westover third, Callie Atkins coming through well to fourth place, Lucas Ellingham and Harry Restle rounding out the top six. Terrific race that. Let's hear from our winner, Wesley Mason.
I'm feeling great considering it was my first time here, and I was battling with my teammates the whole way through the race, and then on the second to last lap they had a collision at the first hairpin.
So our first winner here at the London Cup is Wesley Mason. He wins Honda Cadet from Jude Young and Louis Westover. Much more action to come after the break.